Hey, so welcome back to North Fork. I'm Derek. Thanks for joining us today. So today we're going to talk about how we air condition our house and the MrCool DIY mini split air conditioner that I just got done installing at our house here. A little bit of a background first. We're a family of 6 that live here in the mountains of central Pennsylvania. We live on 68 acres here, and we built our house about 5 years ago. And for the first couple years that we lived in this house, for the first 2 or 3 years, we didn't have any air conditioning at all. The way that we would cool the house down is in the nighttime, we would open up the windows, let the cool air come in, the cool nighttime air, and in the morning we'd shut the windows. The house is well insulated because it's newly built, and made sure to keep everything sealed nice and tight, and that cool air would stay in the house all day long. The problem that we ran into is that here in NorthForkHollow, where their house sits, is it kind of sits in a bowl, and the house doesn't get a whole lot of wind. We're not up on top of a mountain, and so we don't get a lot of breeze blowing through the house like you would in some areas. And so what that did is we got a lot of humidity in the house. Central Pennsylvania is not known to be a real dry climate. It's actually very humid here in the summer. And today it's probably about 90 degrees and probably 85% humidity. So that humid air would get in the house during the day and it wouldn't get dried out. We ended up, after 2 or 3 years, we were getting some mold in some spots in the bedrooms and stuff like that where we'd have the windows open. And so to combat that, for the past couple years, we've been putting in window unit air conditioners. They worked all right. They cooled the house down, brought the humidity level down. But what did happen was that it was a lot louder. I mean, we like living here because it's nice and quiet, it's peaceful, and you'd have these window air conditioners running, whether you're inside or outside. It was just annoying. Also, they're not efficient, so our electric bills went up a lot higher, and so it just wasn't an ideal situation. The way I designed the house and the way I built the house was not to have any air conditioning in it. I planned on doing mini splits to cool it down. So last year, I found out about the MrCool DIY mini splits, and I purchased one and I put it in the master bedroom, and we used that all summer last year, and it worked great. It kept the humidity out of the house. We did run an air conditioner in our living room to keep everything cool in the house there, a window unit. So this spring, I purchased another one of the same units, a MrCool DIY mini split air conditioner, and I just installed it in the living room this past weekend. So this is the unit I just got done installing for the living room. As you can see, there's still some things that I need to finish up. I need to put the line set cover on, get everything tidied up, wrap the lines. But the unit is functional, it is working, and it works great. I don't have any problems with it. The install went excellent as well. So I didn't do a video of installing the unit because I am not a professional. And that's exactly what these units are made for. The DIY series is made for homeowners that are not professionals. But there were some things that I didn't know, so I did struggle with a couple of things. I had to change a couple things around, and so just kind of work through some things. So it wouldn't have made a very good video. But again, that's the way these units are designed, is that the homeowner can do it and you don't have to be a professional. These line sets that come down here are pre-charged. So when you screw those fittings together, they pierce each other, and the refrigerant goes throughout the system without you having to charge it, without having to evacuate the system. You don't have to have any special tools. Just use an Allen wrench and a couple crescent wrenches, and everything goes together perfectly. And being that I've installed 2 of these now, I can say that the instructions are very good. I've read through them several times, and I didn't have any problems with the instructions. I didn't have anything that wasn't unclear. Just there's a lot to go through, but if you read through the instructions, you follow the instructions, everything goes really well with them. So this unit has been running for about 24 hours now, and again, it's working perfectly. The house is cooled down very well, the humidity's out of the air, and I don't have any complaints with how it functions. This is a unit that we've had installed for over a year now. Again, no complaints at all as far as the function and how this units work. So a really neat feature that this newest unit that we installed has that the older one does not is this thermostat. So this thermostat you can hang right on your wall, and you can control it right from this wireless thermostat. So you can change the temperature up and down, and there's all kinds of features that you can change right in this thermostat. So this is really neat, where the other one only has a remote. This one has a very nice interface and a very nice unit with this thermostat, so I really like that. So just because this is a DIY series and it's made for do-it-yourself homeowners does not mean that it's simple. On a difficulty scale, it's probably a 3 or 4. It's getting up there, if not a 5. with everything that you have to do. There's a condenser compressor unit, there's a head unit that gets installed inside the house. You have to cut a 3.5 inch hole through the wall, run your coil and lines out. There's a lot to it. On top of that, there's a lot of stuff that you have to read through to understand. You do have your thermostat, which I showed. You've got a remote. You've got the manual for the thermostat. You've got the user manual for the remote. You've got a manual for the USB controller that goes inside for the Wi-Fi. You've got your service plan, your warranty information. You got a quick start guide, and you got your installation and owner's manual. So there's a lot of stuff that you have to read through and understand before you can just go installing this thing. It is thorough. There's all the information is there on how to install it. Again, I didn't have a problem with that once I understood it all. So the one thing that I did find lacking was with either the thermostat, the remote, or just the general operation of it. There's certain things with it that isn't explained very detailed in the information, as far as freeze protection. Now, I did a little Googling to find out what that is. You can turn it on and off in here, but it doesn't explain exactly what it does or when you want to operate it, things like that. So there's a lot of features that it can do that are really neat, but it doesn't always explain it very well in the literature. So for the general operation of it, that's the only thing that I can find lacking about the MrCool DIY. Other than that, the installation, how it works, the functioning of it, everything is great. So with all that being said, the one thing that I don't have a review on and I have not used is the customer service. I do plan on using that. When I was moving this around, I did break this cover on the side. I can still bolt it on, but it doesn't function properly. So I am going to contact them, see if I can either purchase another one or have them send me another one. If I remember to do it, I'll try to update down in the description exactly how that went. Everything else about the company and MrCool has been great so far, so I don't think I'm going to have any problems with it, but if I do, read down below and you'll find that out. So I think that's about all I've got for you today. In the future, I think I'd like to install a couple more of these units. Maybe one in the garage to keep that cool for when I'm working out there, or be able to heat it in the wintertime. Maybe one upstairs. So I might have a couple more of these coming, and maybe I'll do an install video if I feel comfortable doing that. But for today, that's all I've got. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Okay, I wanted to give a little bit of an update before I release this video. And the MrCool has been working great. It's been 2 months about since I shot that video. It tells you how far I'm behind on my videos. But it's been working great all summer long. Didn't have any problems with it. I did want to update about the customer service end. I contacted them a couple different ways. One was through their contact information on their website. And that took about 2 weeks for them to respond to that message. And they told me to contact the distributor that I bought it from, which is Ingram's Water and Air, and they gave me their phone number. The second way, because I wasn't getting a response, is that I contacted them through their Facebook page, through social media. And they were very responsive through that, and they told me to contact their customer support and gave me their phone number. When I called customer support, they were very nice. They answered my questions. I didn't have any problems with that. But they told me to contact Ingram's Water and Air, that they don't deal with any parts. So they weren't able to fix my problem, the MrCool customer support, and we'll just leave it at that. I haven't got it resolved through Ingram's yet, but as far as MrCool, they were fine. I didn't have anything extremely positive or extremely negative about them, so I'm just fine on the customer support end. But I do want to show you one other thing, an update, and that's our electric bills. Let's take a look at that. All right, so this is our electric bill for the month of July. And you can see for the month of July, while running 2 of these MrCool DIY mini splits, this was our bill. $66 is what we owed. Take a look at this graph here. The month of July is when this was installed. And you can see last year, 2020, was extremely high in July and August because we were running those window air conditioners. And so we have 2 of these mini splits installed now. And you can see the huge reduction in power that we're using. I'll go down here to the monthly comparison. Last year, July, we used 827 kilowatt hours. This year, July, we used 529. So much less electricity. Again, we're a family of 6, and this is very low to have a 2,000 square foot house, air conditioned, and so it's very, very good usage there. So let's take a look at August. So our August was very comparable. Again, I wanted to see 2 months of this so that we could have a good comparison, not just one fluke month. But August was $65. So again, very comparable. And go down here and we can look at, again, this graph. You can see, again, it wasn't just a fluke for the month of July. The month of August was very comparable as well. And here's the comparison, 823 kilowatt hours versus 516. So huge reduction, 37% less electricity usage by installing these MrCool DIY units. So these units ran all summer long, the month of July and August. And yeah, they've been great. We've had them on even right up till now. So again, for a 2,000 square foot house, family of 6, you know, this is a great electric bill to have. You know, we do have an electric dryer. We heat our water with wood, so that's not factored in here. But you know, we're not extremely cautious on our energy usage or anything like that. You know, we try to conserve it where we can. But you know, this is a great electric bill to have for an air conditioned house. You know, in the middle of summer. So I am extremely pleased at the cost savings. You know, when comparing to last year with using window units, they're just it's a great cost savings. So I just want to give that little bit of an update. So everything has been great with them. I'm extremely pleased with the MrCool DIY units. I've installed 2 so far. As I said, I've got plans to install a couple other ones. So I'll update you when I do that. So thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one. Say bye.